Hey guys, Tattoo for You Richard here, and it is a Thursday night. I'm trying to get this video piece together, but it's time for a wonderful, fun episode of Journey into Forge World. Now, I say fun, this might not be that fun because it's not the exciting fun one, but tonight we're going to be, or today, tomorrow, whenever you're watching this, I'm going to be putting together the Tau Tetra. And I'm only going to put one together, it's a 2-pack. But when I got it, one of them I'll show you while I'm recording. But the mold lines were terrible, so I contacted Forge World and showed them pictures of it and asked if it was normal and whatnot. And they said they were gonna make me another piece to fix that, so I have to wait for it to come in. But anyway, let's go table down and get started. Hey guys, we are table down. For y'all, that was a split second. For me, it was overnight. So here we are, starting our first official, well, I guess second episode of Journey into Forge World. And what we're going to do is I'm going to build a tetra. Now, later videos will probably be multiple parts for one model, where I'll do the build, the cleaning, the build, and then the paint, you know. Obviously, the build and the cleaning will be in the same episode because, yeah, it just makes more sense. Hey, I'm an episode here. I'm cleaning stuff. Ooh, ain't that so cool? Ha ha ha. Boring. But anyway, the Tetra, I'm going to build it. I'm not going to paint it, though, and show you the finished painted one in the same video. I will do a showcase of it later on because I have several other things I want to paint first. So it's going to be put on the back burner after I build it, and plus I'm waiting on some other parts because some of this stuff was so miscast that I was like, hey, is this normal? And they're like, no, we're going to send you another one. But now I keep looking at it and I'm like, I could have used it. But anyway, oh, I'm sorry guys, got a frog in my throat. Ribbit. Yeah, anyway, here's the Tetra. These are all its parts. I've already scrubbed them, to get the mold release off. I'm sorry for the vibrations, man, and the rocking. I balance this thing, and it still just moves. But anyway, I've already scrubbed them with soap and water. And what you're supposed to do, now if their parts are bent or curved, you're supposed to use warm water or hot water, so that way you can manipulate them. For the scrubbing them, I only use like lukewarm water, if that, with a fair amount of dish soap in it and a toothbrush. I put all the parts in there, let them soak for a few minutes, really good. Maybe like 5-10 minutes. And then I pulled them out, and you could still feel the soap and stuff on them, and I just started scrubbing them. And I scrubbed them, and then I rinsed them off. And that feels like that greasiness and the oiliness is gone off of them. There's no more mold release on them. This is funny, though. This one's kind of textured if you look at it. I thought that was mold release at first, but it's not coming off, and it's actually textured on the thing. Which, kind of cool, I guess. But yeah, so anyway, I did go through and do some cleaning on these, like physical cleaning of parts, because there was lots of holes and bubbles and miscast lines. You can still see it right there. Like, I didn't go in on that one, which I need to kind of smooth that out. I sanded it a bit, but you can still see that line. So I need to do more sanding on it. But this was the better mold of them. Like the gun-wise. If you look at these are actually look like just Tau pulse rifles, straight up. So I was contemplating, because these to me feel pretty, watch, brittle. So I contemplated just going ahead and snipping these off, and I have tons of extra plastic ones, and replacing them with plastic. Sorry. Sorry, my kiddo came running in here all crazy. This is the piece that I sent pictures of them and saying, hey, this kind of looks a little wonky. So wonky, my camera refuses to focus on it. There we go. It had tons of holes and miscasts and spots on it. The guns themselves, like, it looks See how it looks like they flexed in there somehow? Like completely, like the silica, the mold, well, however they do their castings, the cast was way off. So, yeah, I sent them a picture of it, and they're supposed to be recasting me this piece because this is the main one that was bad. You know, I'm not doing this for Golden Demon stuff or anything like that, man. It's just a game and play with. I do want it to look fairly decent, but overall, I filled in most of the holes and smoothed it out real good, sanded it in, or sanded it and whatnot. The guns are the worst parts, but like I said, I could have just foregone it and hacked these off and put plastic ones on there. They would have been sturdier too. I want to eventually save up and get the Manta, and for me that'd be $1,400. And I know I watched somebody build one. I can't remember who it was, and they replaced all the little burst cannons that are all over that thing with the real plastic ones, and I kind of like that idea. Did a lot of sanding on these. There's still some filler stuff I want to do later. What I am going to do is build one of these on camera. Like I'll stop and, you know, start and show you what I'm going to do and whatnot. But sanded that, filled that in, sanded it. It's actually smooth. It looks like it's not, but it is really smooth. And redid that line. There we go. Redid that line because it was all gone. This one had a hole right there that kind of went through on both sides. So I filled that in. I used green, liquid green stuff on this, which worked out pretty well for me because I could layer it. So I painted a bit on, let it dry, painted a little bit more on, let it dry, sanded it, and painted more on as I needed it. A lot of people don't like liquid green stuff, but I don't mind it. It's pretty good. Here are your seats and stuff. Again, a lot of rough edges on these. Some of these edges I don't mind about because these are battlefield vehicles. So some of these I'm going to use as battle damage. So there's that. Here are your engines. Let's go over your different components. Here's your engines. You got your right ones and your left ones. You've got your crew. So here's the heads in the back, which they look like Pathfinder heads. Pick this up so now I can't focus. Okay. You got Pathfinder heads, your torsos. You got pilot arms. Then you have your spotter arms. And of course legs, all four the same. Wouldn't mind a couple of extra of these for my Nick's Terrain Challenge. And then here are your other little detail bits. These are for the little marker light thing on the back. And then of course little sensor lights. So it comes with 2 flight stands, obviously, big ones. And it comes with the little bits, you know, the little stand parts. But I've noticed these have built-in ones because they're supposed to hug the ground more. If I can get in there. Now, I kind of don't like that, maybe, necessarily. They're the shorter flight stands that they do come with. You know, little short plastic ones. So I contemplated, guys, and, you know, I'm not going to do any of this till I paint them anyway, so you can leave in the comments your suggestions what you think I should do. But I'm thinking about snipping this, drilling it, so that way I can mount that in there like that and bring it up off the ground a little bit. Now, I guess I understand it being you know, I could even trim this a little bit down and drill into this just to kind of stick it up a bit. Just something where it's literally like, I might as well just snip that all the way off and set it flat on the ground from the looks of it. You know, even though I do want to do some shrubbery and greenery around it. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, leave in the comments what you think I should do. You know, give me an idea. But and all of that stuff's not going to come until I actually paint it anyway. But so here we go. Here is all the business, all the stuff I'm going to do. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to go in and I'm going to start snipping these off the bases and cleaning them up and getting them ready to go, guys. So I'll see you in a bit. All right, guys, we're back, done cleaning most of these. Now I was sitting there thinking I opted to not. I snipped out this on the little pilot, And I opted to leave these on the gates and paint them that way. Um, Again, it's going to be something I'm going to do with part of the tetra too. Uh, but yeah, I'll show you here when we get to that. I'm not going to work on that right now. Let's get going on part of the build here. Now for me, first off, my tools I use. I know some of y'all out there have the better tools, man. I'm baller on a budget over here. So I run crap, you know. I really want to get it. Army Painter has a kit that comes with everything. I think it's like $30, which isn't too bad. I need to break down and get it. But here's my file. If you look at it, it's old school. I used this when I tattooed um, full time. My contact screw gets a little bit of carbon buildup on it from the electrode, the electricity running through it. So I'd have to come in and kind of give it just a little file down, and just over time it's wore out. I've had this for, gosh, I don't know how many years, man. So, but yeah, that's the tool I'm working with. I don't have proper snips. I have these, which are for toenails, but I use them to cut plastic and metal. Just snip it off the things. I leave a little chunk on there because then I'll just trim it off with an X-Acto knife. So, and it's all pitted and broken, and yeah. The cool thing about the curves, though, I can kind of get into stuff a little easier and snip it sometimes, like around the corner just a hair. But yeah. So, anyway, gone through, cleaned up the edges, sanded stuff down, made it look fairly nice. Glue, I use Zappa Gap. It's worked great for me so far. I have no issues with it. I did pick up for the big bad boy whenever we get to it. I say I picked up, my wife picked up for me. This stuff. Gorilla Glue Epoxy. 2-part epoxy. I already tested it out on something. It kind of disappointed me a bit. But everybody says for doing resin, the big resin kits, this stuff's pretty good. This stuff works good, the epoxy and whatnot. So I got that for later. Now on to this guy. Let's see what we're gonna get put together and what we're gonna build today. Let me find the smoothest, nicest one where I've done majority of the work. I don't need to do too much else to it. So I guess put this off to the side. We'll use this guy here. So the Tetra doesn't come with the instructions. They said they don't do it on this one because it's a kit that's fairly straightforward. It's small. You can almost look at it and guess how to put it together by just going to the forgeworld site. So I had to break the cap off the super glue here. But so yeah, so like I said, I don't have instructions for it, but I've dry fit everything together and I kind of understand how it goes. So first things first, this piece here goes on the back. It'll go in here. I'm working around my camera again. Now it's a really tight fit, so technically this is something that I guess could possibly turn if you glue it right. Like that goes in, and then this guy gets glued on top of here, like so. And there's your little marker light thing. So, what's up, baby doll? You just want to come out here? Can come out here. So let's put my little dollop of super glue on there. And I want to line this up just right. I have a specific way I want it to go on. So I have that. I'm kind of fickle. For whatever reason, I want this big piece to be towards the back. And then, obviously, the eyes towards the front. So I'm going to line it up like this. And good thing I got a little line to follow there. I don't know if you can kind of see it. Whoa, we focused on back. What, baby? So I glued it on there, and what I do, like I'm going to squeeze it down and hold it tight. But I'm going to twist this too so it doesn't glue together. Oh my gosh, my little bathroom monster. She has to announce it to everybody. So hey, internet, you get to know she had to go to the bathroom. Oh, okay. So, well, looks like I got distracted and glued this together. Funky. There we go. So yeah, I just hold it down and keep twisting it so that way it stays loose. And hopefully that super glue is set. And everybody says, get super glue and accelerator. Man, I hope you quote that lady on TV. I ain't got time for that. So yeah, there we go. It's on there. Actually, it can probably snap in and out of there too. Yeah, it can. Could have just glued this together the whole time and then snapped it in. Har har har. Look at me. So there's that. And then whenever little cool cat's in the seat, he's gonna be looking through his little binocular things, and that's gonna go right up in there, which is so funny. Tao's so advanced technology, yet some of their stuff looks so dang silly. Next step I'm gonna do is get something else out. Hold on, guys. All right, guys, I'm back. So I just needed to get out my pen vise and my trusty pins. Paperclip. I'm not sure I'm gonna use that on this one or not, but I just want to have it handy. This stuff is so small and whatnot. I might not even need it, to be honest. I may later on come back and go, oh crap, why didn't I get that out? Dag nabbit. I love that word. Dag nabbit. So anyway, next I'm gonna work on these engines and dry fit. What is dry fit? Dry fit everything, man. Make sure you know how it's gonna go on, how it's gonna fit, how it's gonna sit. So here we have a left engine, and it looks like they go in like thus. They just kind of snug on in there. Some gaps in there I'm probably gonna need to work on. Gonna go ahead and got a little bit of a high spot here. Remember, guys, breathing in resin is bad for you. Disclaimer alert, don't do what I do what I say. I'm a tattoo artist, and that's like the story of my life. Put sunblock on your tattoos. Do I put a sunblock on when I go outside? Heck no. Don't jump in a hot tub with a fresh tattoo. Did I do that? Yes, I did. So, anyway, so that looks like that's going to fit like that. Don't know. Oh, should I pin it or not pin it? I'm not going to pin it. If it comes off, I'll pin it. But what I will do, and I would suggest other people do too, maybe, because resin is so dang smooth, I would score it a little bit. All the sides that you're going to put the super glue on, just to kind of get that super glue in there to kind of grab. That way, it just, like I said, the super glue just can get in all those nooks and crannies and have a place to grab a hold of. I just started to like doing it Go ahead, cross hatch it. So, I don't know if you can see all that. But you can see it if I put a macro lens on this phone. Anyway, just give it enough little score that it holds on well. Same thing on the other part. So I'll come in here and just cross hatch away. And then try not to be as dangerous and deadly as I am, because I'm doing this through a camera, sliding it right towards my finger. But what I tend to do is I tend to have a brace, so that way I know like a stop point. But hey, dude, could make for great TV if I slice my finger open, just like that right there. That was with my flat chisel. So much fun. So what I like doing for super glue, so that way I don't get it everywhere, I put it on the smallest piece that I know all the parts are going to touch. So I'll come in here and I'll just do a little drop. Now, I don't have a good fine tip, so let's try to do my best. And putting a couple little drops on there. And then I'll come in and put her on. Line her up good. I did all that left-handed, so I'm kind of feeling funny about myself. There we go. Ha. So it is in, it is on. Dun, 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 dun. So that is one engine on. And then what we'll have coming out with after this is one of these guys. Is this the right side? Yes. And those will kind of mount on there. They have a stopping point too. Here. This little D shape. That's where this side will rest up against. Now, I noticed this earlier. It looks like these guys are too long, man. By a tatty little bit. So I'm going to trim a little bit of this off. Again with my ridiculously silly curved stinking doodads. So if I take too much off, I'll just put some green stuff in there. And remake it. Obviously you can tell it's not flat. Lay this on. I had a sanding stick I made, but I don't know what happened to it. Sanding stick makers take a popsicle stick, or I have tons of tongue depressors from tattooing. That's what I used to get. I get my A&D ointment out of my tub with. And I glue just a little bit of Elmer's glue down and glue it on there, and then trim it off. A piece of sandpaper on a tongue depressor, and you have yourself Insta sanding stick. Hobby tip for the ghetto world. Oh, I should have saved that for my ghetto series. Seriously? Spoiler alert. Okay. So I did take too much off there, but it's no big deal. That's just a small amount of green stuff. And even with my weak sculpting skills, I should be able to sculpt that shape. Focus. Focus. The force is not well with me right now. Yeah. So, but now it fits flush. And all, like I said, is just needs a little tiny bit of green stuff, and that should go in there perfectly fine. So I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to score it, mount it, and then we'll move on. I'm actually going to pause here and do that. All right, guys. So here's what we have with the Tetra so far. We have the engines on. Countdown. I can't start singing that. That'd be bad. Then YouTube will get on to me for singing something that doesn't belong to me. Sorry. You know where I was going with that, though. So the engines are on. This one fit better. I didn't have to trim it. I do see some little issues I need to clean up later. So like I said, we're just going to come in with some green stuff in there, fill that, roll it out, and then super easy. I have regular green stuff too, so just roll a little cylinder of that, little worm of green stuff, and tuck that in there. And then use my sculpting tools to kind of smooth it out on there and around it. So no big deal on that part. So there's this. Comes with the little sensor light. Another little easy part to put on. I'm not even going to need to score that. Now I just got to be careful with the little dab of glue. Dab. Really should dab off camera so that way I can see better what I'm doing. Which is what I'm going to do right now. Sorry, I'm dabbing off camera, guys. Ha ha ha. You didn't see it. Neener, neener, neener. Sorry, just playing. So then, and then of course that goes in there like that. So. Oh, now it's on me. Crap, I shouldn't have let it go. Oh, disaster, failure. Throw the model in the trash. It's glued to my finger. There we go. Hold that on there for a few. And then, poof. Booyah! So that is the top of the tetra. It is done. It is beautiful. Like a little butterfly. Alright, so we're going to work on the bottom of the tetra. This one's still got a little bit of a flex down. I just need to heat it up again and then kind of bend it up where it's more flush. I'm sure the super glue would probably hold that, but I don't want any kind of tension. Because tension is just, it's asking to snap. It's asking to break off. So I'm gonna avoid that like the plague. So we're gonna use this guy. So this is your back seat and the back of the tetra. And then you got this long underside, which I believe this is where the grav inhibitors are. Inhibitors, that's not the right word. Anyway, I think this is where the grav is. That helps it kind of, so lifts it up off the ground. So what that does, this piece here and this go together like so. Okay, and then that makes up the bottom. Now, interesting, there's no details in here. I'm not a fan of that. I might go back and put little things on there, like a pulse carbine. I have some pulse carbines. Like I might mount one so it looks like he's carrying one there, or a pulse pistol, the little new blaster pistol that they have. Put that on there or something like that. So it just give these guys a little extra thing, or a little bundle, a roll up here or something like that. So it looks like they're. Because these are, I guess, forward observers. So they go out, they're going to sit there and do marker light everything. I don't know the rules. I'm just making stuff as I go. Love it. I love to wing things. But anyway, so I make it look like they go out and they kind of hang out for a while. You know, they're obviously pathfinders. So they'll go out ahead of the troop, the crew, and mark their spots. Sometimes they might have to crash there overnight, you know. But anywho's, I'm going to score this and glue it together. What's up, kiddo? You can come rolling by if you want. Okay. What? You can't ride it, man. We need to get, I need a new tire on it. I got my oldest for her birthday or Christmas or something like that. I think for her birthday, I don't remember. We got her one of those Razor scooters, the electric scooters.
Yeah, electric scooters.
So, being weird. And the back tire is extremely low and messed up. So she loves to ride it, but with it not having that tire, I don't want her riding it as much to wear out that, and could eventually wear on the rim too. So yeah, Oh, look at that. I didn't see that. There's a big chunk out of there. I'll go back and clean it up later. Okay, so I got that scored. I'm going to put the glue on this piece, and we'll glue it together. Come on, get a little bit of glue. Stop looking through the camera, because, oh, there we go. And just run it along there. Let me take some fingernail polish remover and clean that off a little bit. I need to add a little glue. There's 2 points I didn't realize. Remember to check your points. Make note of all your points that are going to touch, man, because you want glue on there. I feel for, especially stuff like this, resin stuff, you want to make sure as much glue as, not as much glue, that's, boy, grammar there. I want to make sure that any of the points that touch have a fair amount of glue to support them. There we go. We talk good English. It is low, honey. It's got a hole in it. That tire's wore out. Don't argue with me, little one. So, there we go. There's the bottom. Now, for interest of painting this, as I said, I was going to build a whole tetra. I may or may not have lied. But the next step would be to glue this together. So I would score here, and then glue that on there like that. And then what you'd have is this contraption. You know what? Give me 1 second. Okay. Came back. I have magic fake glue. Who doesn't love this stuff? Poster tack is the bomb diggity. Give her a squish, and it's together. And there you have it. There is the tetra. I put up my flight stand, so I can't set it on there. But yeah, so that's the tetra. I don't want to glue it together completely yet because I want to get in there and detail those consoles out pretty good. Oh, seriously? Alright, well, I gotta fix that because it's down on this side, but for whatever reason, it's not on this side. But anyway, I don't want to glue it together yet because I want to get in there with all them details and make it look nice and neat. And really kind of show it out good. But, yeah. So, guys, this is probably where I'm going to end the video. It ran a little long and it's kind of jumbled. I will plan out the next one better, which the next one will be the remoras. Where I'll do the same thing. I'll do an unboxing of the remora. And build one model. But again, not show you it painted yet. I do have another remora that I got off eBay from some lovely person up in New Jersey. Sorry, Pennsylvania. I bought it. The remoras, they come in 2 packs from Forgeworld. I bought them on eBay. Guess what? They're fail cast. Well, not fail cast. They are China cast. Technically not cast in China, though. They were cast in Philadelphia. I don't know. I did ask on several people's comments and questions how they feel about China cast. I personally, I guess I'll let you know now. I don't like the practice of it. I think it's stealing from Games Workshop, obviously. At the same time, if you're gonna buy it, you better be expecting what you're gonna get. If it's a model I don't care about, like let's say they had a Tetra on there, super cheap. Would I buy it? Maybe. Only because I can hack it to pieces. And I know that it's a piece of crap and I don't care. So, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't support and suggest you go and outright buy China Cast over Games Workshop or Forge World, because these cats, they build excellent models. They have a crew and staff that come up with some stellar ideas, and we need to support them, give them money, even though although they want a lot of our money, and we've given a lot of them over the years. But so they can continue to grow and make some awesome products, man. Games Workshop did not pay me to say that. Neither did Forge World. Blah blah blah. Yeah, whatever. So yeah, I mean, I have bought, not necessarily willingly and knowingly, China Cast in the past, but I try to avoid it if I can, man. I used to just strictly, if it came from China, not get it. I would just only buy from U.S. customers or North American customers, but now I've kind of been burned out about that too, twice. So just be careful what you order on eBay, because you could get stabbed. Yeah, I don't know. Leave in the comments below what you think of China Cast, man. Would you order from them? Because I will say this right now. Because the Orca is my unicorn Forge World model, and is no longer in existence, if China ever did one, I would probably jump on it and ride that unicorn with the rainbow shooting out of its tuchus all over the place. But anyway, guys, that's it. I had fun building this. Next time you see it, it will be in a short showcase video painted up with its brother or sister, however I choose to call it. And yeah, I am going to chill out, get working on my terrain squared circle challenge. And y'all have a lovely day. It's a rainy Friday here, and I'm going to listen to the rain, watch some YouTube, and hobby away, cats. Take care. Love you guys. Have an enjoyable, happy nerd life. Peace out.